Today on Draw Along, we're going to be drawing this race car driver. Even though the drawing looks complicated, we're going to start off with a whole bunch of really big shapes and then draw in our details into it after, which actually makes the whole process quite simple. Now let's get started. One of the trickiest parts of this whole drawing will be to get the outline of the race car. It might take you a couple of tries, but feel free to erase and try again until you get the shape that I have down here. The helmet will be another tricky shape to do. Start by making a circle, and as you get to the bottom, coil it in towards the center. And once you're in the center, you're going to go straight out back to the start of your circle, but don't touch it, go just below and just past, and then draw another line going back. Now create an arc that goes from roughly 1/3 of the way in on the top line to the bottom of the helmet. Now create two slightly arced lines for the body. Remember, if we draw straight lines here, it'll make your driver look really rigid and stiff. Instead of drawing circles for the wheels, we'll be using ellipses. To draw the front grille of the car, I'm going to be using slightly curved lines to make a box. We'll be using a rectangle with rounded corners for the front arm, and we're also going to be drawing one for the back arm using the same shapes, except it'll go slightly behind and slightly ahead of the front arm. To make the windshield, we're going to be making a triangle, except instead of straight lines, we're going to have slightly curved ones at the bottom and at the front. Now it's time to start erasing out some of our lines. First, we'll erase where the wheels and the body intersect each other. Next, we'll erase the line that goes in the driver's arm. Following that, we're going to erase part of the car that goes behind the windshield. By adding two arcs on the bottom side of the car in front of each wheel, we'll make it look like we can see the wheels that are on the other side of the car from underneath. To add simple hubcaps, we will add ellipses inside of our tires. Now that we have all our big shapes in place, we'll start by adding in details. To start, we'll start by adding two circles for the driver's eyes. A couple of quick dots will give the driver pupils. Because I want my driver to look like he's concentrating, I'm going to draw two downturn lines touching the eyeballs. To make the nose, I'm going to start from the eyebrow on the left-hand side, make a J shape, and add a curve after. A slight upward curve will make our driver look like he's grinning. I'm going to use two curved lines, one starting further back than the other to make it look like the driver's gloves. To make the chin strap of the helmet, I'm going to start by making an ellipse and connecting the top of the circle to the helmet and to the side of the face. A quick C shape will give the back hand a thumb. To create the steering wheel, I'm going to start from the top of the thumb and arc to the top of the front hand. I'll do the exact same thing on the bottom, starting from the bottom part of the thumb. Add a couple of extra lines, and now we have a steering wheel. I decided that I want a little extra detail in the jacket, so I drew a line going down the center to be his zipper. I'm going to finish the brim of his helmet by making a long arced line. I will now use a whole bunch of horizontal lines to make the grille of the race car. Because I wanted to give the race car some depth, we're going to draw the back side of the car, mirroring the lines on the front of the car. To add some extra detail, we'll add a couple of lines near the back that might look like air vents. Now comes the fun part where you get to design what your race car looks like and what it's branded with. I decided that I wanted to use flames, but you can use any shape you want, and I encourage you to try your own. I'm going to be carrying over the same shape that I put onto the car onto the driver's helmet. A couple of quick arcs will give some stripes to my driver's helmet. But again, I encourage you, try out different things, make your helmet look different than mine. Because I want my car looking like it's driving fast, I'm going to do a couple of arcs around each of the wheels, followed by some long stripes at the end. Thank you for watching this episode of Draw Along. Please make sure to like and subscribe, it really helps me out. Also, in the comments below, let me know what you want me to draw next time.